Bang! I just wanted to start off with a bang. Okay, so, continued questions. Deku Anthony, I like your name by the way, asks, what's your thoughts on the next generation consoles, more specifically the Nintendo Wii U, and how do you feel about the name Wii U? Since Wii U is really the only next generation console I really know about anyway, then I can answer that very specifically. I think the Nintendo Wii U looks awesome. I don't know why people were so disappointed at the console at first, because the idea of a screen controller with motion controls and stuff like that, that's just, I don't think it'll totally replace the Wii. I don't even understand why they're dismissing the Wii with just a few more final games and then moving right on to the Wii U, because it seems like there's so much more that they could do with a controller in one hand and a controller in the other. But I think that you can still do a whole lot with this new concept with the what they're working with now, because the thing that blew my mind most whenever I was watching the stream of E3, because I wasn't actually there at E3, was whenever they showed the Wii U controller on the ground and there was a golf ball in the middle of the screen, and then someone waved their hand in front of it over it like a golf club, and the golf ball on the screen just suddenly disappeared and was flung into the TV screen. That just blew my mind, and I was just like, what? I need to buy this right now, even though it's not out yet. And then, what are my thoughts about the name Wii U? I think the name is actually fine. Like the name Wii U. I had no problems with it. I was just like, man, this is kind of dorky, but whatever, I'll go with it. It's fine. If that's the final name, it might change, but I don't mind at all if it's just the Wii U, because if Nintendo wants to name a system Wii U to symbolize that they want to make the games more personal about gamers and less about, casual family fun time, then I am totally for it. But I heard recently that they were going to maybe rename it the Wii Entertainment System, and that actually, I don't like that name as much. As strange as it is, I know other people think, oh, okay, that name is fine, anything's better than the Wii U. What a stupid name! Yeah, I actually think the Wii Entertainment System is a dumb name, because it's just like the Nintendo Entertainment System, the original Nintendo console, with Wii at the beginning of it instead. And I don't even see why they necessarily have to call it a Wii at all. And especially, why would they call it, it's not like it's so innovative that it's like Nintendo starting. So, and the Nintendo Entertainment System is like one of their worst consoles anyway, like by today's standards, so I don't know, it's just meh. I actually prefer the name Wii U, even though most people don't. Advanced Logic. This guy is a Let's Player, and he's one of my friends at the Video Game Director's Cuts forums, and I think he has like 600-something subscribers now. He's a cool guy, and I think the whole reason that I'm even making this Q&A at all is actually because he did it, and I am so unoriginal with my subscriber video things. But yeah, he asks, will you answer this very question that you were reading to yourself in the form of a Magic 8-Ball? I am sorry, I don't own one. Who is your overall favorite Let's Player? I got this question already, it's Nintendo Capri Sun, but because it's a repeat question, I'm going to also answer who is my second favorite Let's Player. And I'm just throwing this out there because I've recently got into Atma01's videos, and I've only seen all I've seen is part of one of his Let's Plays. That's all I've done up to this point. But I'm watching his blind Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and it is possibly the funniest Let's Play I've ever seen. I'm like maybe 40 episodes in or so, and my goodness, I love the way he commentates and the way he plays his games. It is so... It just has this certain charm to it that I can't explain. It's like a... I don't know, the way he's exploring The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker is the way that most, children, I guess, maybe first getting the game for their birthday or for Christmas or something, would play around with the game and just explore as much as they can. And it doesn't really feel so much like a Let's Play as it does seeing into his mind as he's just playing a game on his own. But at the same time, he's totally mindful of his viewers, and it's just so cool. I love it. And it's so funny. His comments are great. Oh, I love them. I've favorited, I think, 2 of his Wind Waker videos now, because they're that funny. Yeah. Do you own a 3DS? I certainly do. I think did you say you had one? I think you did at some point. I could be totally wrong about this, but if you have one, send me your friend code, and I will send you my friend code, because we should totally be friend codes. Will the South rise again? Being someone who lives in the South, I can say with confidence, no. 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 This next question, you warn me, is kind of a not safe for work-ish question. Feel free to ignore this one, but I'm going to answer it anyway. Breast or booty? Definitely booty, if you're referring to the kind that pirates pillage out of villages and treasure chests. And would you consider going to PAX Prime this year? I would definitely consider it. I don't feel like I'll be able to. Maybe next year. I'm going to go at some point. That's going to happen. It's going to be awesome. Awesomely James, who is awesomely awesome, says 5 subs left, smiley face. Except that, well, that doesn't apply now, but, you know. Anyways, my question, have you played any games that you've considered LPing but didn't? That is a good question, and I don't really think that blind Let's Plays count, like games where I haven't played them before and I start trying to LP them and then I realize, well, maybe this wouldn't be a great game for LPing and I should just play it on my own instead. But yeah, I don't really think that counts. So otherwise, no, I don't think I actually have played any games that I considered LPing and then decided weren't good ideas. Although, the opposite has happened. I've thought of a couple of games that originally I didn't think would be very good Let's Plays for me to make at all, and now I'm thinking maybe they might be. So, I don't know. Who knows how that'll turn out. Jonak961 says, what are some of your favorite animated TV shows? I don't watch TV, but I'm gonna say I love Dilbert. Dilbert is awesome. Dilbert went on for 2 seasons. It's based on the comic strip in the newspaper. And there's so many clever ideas and funny jokes in that show, and it's just so interestingly presented that, and it's true to the comics, too. I just really think it's a great show. It's one of my favorites. It's definitely one of my favorite shows. And then also South Park. If you're going to say anything current, then it would be South Park, because it is so very smartly written, and it mixes like really mature themes with really immature themes, and it has some funny jokes and really funny comparisons and, you know, just ideas of actual politics and actual everything, and presents it in a very easy to understand way, at the same time that it's definitely an offensive show, but at the same time it's like a very entertaining way to present opinions of society, and it's just really quite fun. And I really like the whole choppy animation style for the show too, mixed with the papery looking art. I just think that fits the show so well. Dark Death Ghost, very morbidly named, asks, out of all video games you have played, what game did you like the most? And I'm assuming that's the same kind of question as, you know, just like, what is your favorite game of all time? And so I'm going to have to say Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. I just like it because, you know, I mean, I guess I don't have to say why I like it, but I like the art. Just the way the whole game looks is awesome, and I love the plot twists and the way that every chapter kind of feels like its own story, and the way that everything comes together. It's like the whole game actually feels like it's building up to something. It feels like there's a climax. And a lot of games, it seems like a lot of games these days don't really seem to do that. They just seem to be like, you know, just fun times through the whole game. It doesn't really build up to anything, and then all of a sudden, oh, final boss, okay, yeah, and game ends. But Paper Mario is just, or Paper Mario 2 specifically, is just great all around. I really think it's great. Dojibu, I hope that's how you pronounce your name. I like the spiffy Game Boy frame for your Luigi's Awakening LP. Are you going to do that for future LPs too? It's very likely. The thing about it is that the way I record Link's Awakening is I have my emulator, and then I have a screen, like a screen recording thing that goes around the emulator, and then it actually expands beyond the window of the emulator to capture more on the sides, so that whenever I put the video into Camtasia Studio, there's no way to really put video into other video, like just overlay one video on top of another in Camtasia. So, like, there is, but it causes lag, so I don't want that. So I actually have to, just make the video a certain size and then make sure that it lines up with the Game Boy image that I put over it. So it's kind of weird, but I just felt like it was a fun idea and I wanted to do it, so I just tried to make it work. And because it's all about the emulating or emulation stuff, I'm not sure if I could do that with console games, but I could, like, if there's ever, like, a game that I record that doesn't end up being in widescreen, then I'll probably put something on the left and right sides of the screen to, just occupy that extra space, just for fun. X Shadow Kitty X says, in a non-weird stalkery way, what do you look like? Angry cat face! Alright, well, I am a 17-year-old who is going to be 18 at the end of next month, actually, on the 30th. And I'm not fat, nor am I extremely skinny. I'm kind of middly, I think. And I have short, slightly spiky hair, dirty blonde hair that just kind of, it always seems to fix itself in the same position no matter how I, move it around. And I have a very flexible face. Mr. Mysterio 537 asks, when will Riddle Transfer 2 come out? I have no idea. But if you want to know how much of it has come along, I have not even drawn the first room yet. I've planned out most of the first room, and that's about as much as I've actually set in stone. Because, like, part of it is that I started making the game at some point in time, but I decided that I really did not like the idea at all of what the game was going to be. And then my friend Shark and I, Shark previously mentioned in another video, helped me think of another great idea for Riddle Transfer 2, so I totally scrapped the original project and started with something fresh. And so that's part of the reason why it has made, like, no progress at all. But I'm still trying to work on it from time to time, whenever I have time. Time. Rod197, I've seen your comments around, asks a few questions, first of which is, what is your opinion on bronies? And I've seen like one episode of My Little Pony. I've seen a very slight bit of a couple of others, and I wouldn't really go out of my way to watch any more episodes, but I did think it was okay. Like, it's not like really great or really bad or anything, it's just a kind of middly show. I could definitely see the charm and appeal in the show. It has, fluid animation and everything, and it's bright and colorful and puts you in a fairly good mood, I guess, for most people. But I don't really see why there has to be, like, a name for someone who's a fan of a show. Like it's not like people going around calling themselves, I'm a Simpsons super son or something, I don't know. Maybe, like, I'm a fanly guy. People don't say that. They say, I'm a brony. Like it's some big special thing that this specific show is, like, some big deal. And I don't really see why it is. It's just kind of become a fad, and I think it's kind of ridiculous in some ways. And some people use brony as a derogatory term now, too. Just like, oh man, you're a brony? That makes you stupid. And people actually reject others because they watch My Little Pony, and I think that's a really stupid reason not to like someone, just because they happen to enjoy some bright, colorful show about ponies who have slumber parties and whatever they do, I don't even know. So yeah, I am not against bronies, I just think that the name is pointless. Is there a chance that some of your subscribers could join in and play with you on a game? I'm going to say probably not, because the only way I could really see that working is with an online game, and I really don't play online games, like, ever. Just because they don't really appeal to me very much. There's just so many things that can be problematic with it, and I would much rather just, play a game with someone sitting next to me and having fun like that. I might want to set up like a stream sometime where I'm playing a game and then people can ask me questions then, and it'll be kind of like this Q&A, except more instantaneous, more spontaneous, more personal, and in stream form, but I don't know when that would ever happen. I want to set up a stream, but I just don't know when. Or how that would work, even. I don't know how to set up a stream. Minecraft, do you like? I've never played it. I feel like I don't ever want to play it because I would either absolutely hate the game and it would be a waste of my money, or I would really get addicted to the game and then it would be a waste of my money. I just think it would be a waste either way. Happy Wheels? Oh goodness. Whenever I first heard about that and whenever I saw it, it didn't look like an interesting concept at all, and frankly I still haven't played the game, but I just saw a video that Big Dip on a Bus put up of Happy Wheels, and none of the commentary in that whole video was even, like, almost barely any of it was related to Happy Wheels at all, but I got to see the visuals and everything, and that was interesting. Definitely interesting. And I will admit that I laughed a few times with the bloody messes of people and the stupid controls of the pogo stick man. Quite interesting. I still probably won't ever play it, but that was enjoyable to watch. Can you also update us on current projects in Flash, example videos showing us new techniques you are using, previews, trailers, and such? Also probably not, because I think just about every technique that I've used in the past 7 years, I think I showed off in that little time-lapse of Mario meets Kirby whenever I was animating that. And also, okay, this is just something that is stuck in my mind, even though this happened a while back. I don't even remember how long ago it was. Steel Lasagna sent me a tweet once, because I was talking about how I was making a new project in Flash, a new game, and it was a secret project, and then he said, all your projects are secret projects. And it stuck in my head because it's so true. And I felt kind of bad at the time whenever I got that that response from him. But then I realized I do prefer to keep all of my projects a secret, because it's not like you'd ever see a movie like there's so many movies out there where there are trailers that show off what the whole movie is about, and that's just pointless, because it's like, oh, I just saw the beginning, the middle, and the end of the movie. What's the point of going and seeing it? Blah. And so that's why you want to make really special trailers that don't reveal too much. And so that's kind of my idea with, making Flash animations and Flash games and Let's Plays and everything else. I just want to keep everything a secret so that I can reveal everything at once and it can be one big surprise, because that's really the whole joy that I find in making things, is the element of surprise, seeing people's reactions, their first reactions to all these different things. And I feel like a lot of the time, whenever I make something, it's better to go into watching or playing these things if you have no knowledge of what's going to happen, I guess. Which that's a little bit different with Let's Plays, because you know what to expect with the game itself, just, it's a little bit different. It's a different kind of thing.